Grave Seasons is one of my most anticipated games in 2026. I've been dying. Too soon? I've been dying to talk about this game with you all and share all of the updates, sneak previews, dev announcements, breadcrumbs, and a mini deep dive into what we know so far. Which, to keep in mind, the devs have kept a pretty tight lock on development, and recently have been sharing more teasers about the game after Summer Game Fest in June 2025. Grave Seasons is a murder mystery farm sim, so not only is it defying genre by blending horror and cozy, it's subverting expectations. After you escape jail, you make it to Ashen Ridge, an idyllic town with some seriously unsettling vibes. And from there, you're able to farm, fish, mine, befriend townsfolk, possibly find romance, and try to figure out the mysterious, supernatural murders that have been happening. Let me dig into this because I was really intrigued. My question was, what happens after we solve the murders? Since this game has farm sim roots, I was wondering if we live happily ever after. Do we keep playing the save file for vibes, or do we say, that was a fun roller coaster, let's do it again? I dug deep into a bunch of different sources that I'm linking in the description, and here's what I found. This is not exactly Stardew Valley meets murder mystery, and it's not designed like your typical farm sims that you can play indefinitely. Perfect Garbage revealed that Grave Seasons is designed to be played for exactly 1 year. At the start, a character is selected at random to be the killer. The killer has their own group of allies that will be spared, while other characters may become potential victims. In this trailer, we see that Pilar is targeted, and the devs revealed that saving her is possible, but it all depends on your choices and detective skills. You'll have your normal daily activities like a farm sim, but the devs have layered in special weekly events throughout each month. Sometimes you're just vibing with the townsfolk, other times you're in deep investigation mode. Everything you come across in the world serves some purpose, whether it's food for yourself, a severed hand on your farm that you want to gift to a villager, crafting items that help stop the murders, or items with occult uses. If you're already hooked on this concept, please be sure to hit subscribe because I will be covering this game more, and we're about to go much deeper into why I think this game is brilliantly designed. As you grow into this routine, the mystery gradually unfolds. You'll be talking to villagers, learning their backstories, uncovering secrets about the farm's past, and slowly piecing together clues about who the killer is and who might be their next target. Now here's where your criminal past comes in handy, and something I'm really excited about from the trailer. Someone from IGN who played the closed demo noted some very interesting inventory items. Your typical farming tools, a cigarette, and a crowbar. In the trailer, we see the MC breaking and entering into an NPC's house after finding a clue and having the opportunity to investigate. What's pretty cool is how the NPCs are reactive to this, and this in turn could negatively affect our relationship with them. And on a small note of strategy, it makes me wonder if we're going to have to keep tabs on their schedule and adapt our life to theirs. This gave me such good nostalgic Skyrim vibes and makes me really curious. Do we have a set of skills beyond lockpicking that helps us with the investigation? Maybe stealth? If so, I cannot wait to see the skill system and the different potential perks we could level up. There's a little breadcrumb from social media that hints you have a special set of skills, but keep in mind everyone in town loves your habit of being where you shouldn't. Tread lightly or you will reap what you sow. What really sets this apart is how your choices have major consequences. If you fail to save people or deliberately choose not to help them, the entire town dynamic shifts. The game starts with over 30 characters, but that number fluctuates based on how good you are at preventing the murders. It's not just about the body count either. All these characters have relationships not only with you, but with each other. Families, friends, acquaintances. When someone dies, the dynamics between the survivors dramatically change based on who is alive and who is not. The condition of the town shifts. Seasonal events take place in different tones, and surviving characters react to grief and loss in ways that ripple throughout the whole community. The devs also teased out you can even fix the killer or make him worse. And yes, you can even romance the killer without even knowing it if you're into it. Now, let's talk about how gorgeous this world looks. It uses an isometric art style that gives the world depth, and the shading and small details are incredible. The background art looks very textured with nice pops of definition. The trailer flashes these scenes quickly, so I'm going to slow them down and loop them. The characters feel very lively in these animations. We see the priest in what looks like a nice little gathering at the park with decorations in the trees, live music, and candles burning. We see another at the bar for what looks like a party of some sort, and this is so cute. Look at these little party hats. I always love seeing community gatherings in games because it brings nice warmth and immersion to the world. It would be a shame if someone killed the mood. There are nice details like the lanterns, fireflies, and a little veggie platter. The game also seems to have a quiet hour when the town lights switch off, bringing in more spooky vibes. I love the character portraits because we get idle animations. This is such a small detail that I personally love. The devs have a background in visual novels and narrative-driven experiences, and a writer from IGN who played the demo said, "Two characters had dialogue that was consistently engaging, funny, and distinct in ways that conveyed loads of personality and life." When you pair that with great dialogue and varied character portraits and sprite animations, this is shaping up to be very promising. So you might be wondering why this art style features absolute brick houses of human beings, and the answer is simple. They need to move dead bodies. But here's where it gets really clever. These murders don't just happen randomly. They follow the seasons themselves. A lead programmer revealed that these murders happen seasonally, which means grave seasons isn't just clever wordplay. It's likely describing the core mechanic of the game itself. This game is being developed by Perfect Garbage and is being published by Bloomhouse Games. I have to side tab for just a minute because I have so much love for these two parties. Perfect Garbage focuses on narrative-driven experiences, and I've been a huge fan of Bloomhouse for 16 years. This collaboration is what their lead designer describes as a perfect fit because obviously they're really into horror, but they're also really big farming sim people, so they're really loving the genre mash. Beyond video games, the devs cited folk horror and monster films as major inspirations, one of them being The Wicker Man. They also said they'd have some really cool events in grave seasons that will tell you more about the lore of the world. Something that really stood out to me was the devs mentioning how the music composition blends different elements and global styles to create an unsettled feeling. The music itself will change through the seasons, adding another layer to the world and how it tells the story of these grave seasons. The most powerful line I found in an interview was, "What you choose to do and choose not to do is going to change the world." I don't know about you, but I have goosebumps from the thoughtfulness and passion behind this. And it signifies to me that these devs really care about the art direction, narrative experience, and quality here because it's all tying back to the title. From a writer's perspective, I think it's brilliant. It's not just, let's mash horror and farming together, but rather, every single design decision reinforces the core concept. The seasonal murders are the grave seasons. Even the one-year structure serves the narrative theme of cycles ending and beginning again. And I'm so curious how supernatural elements are going to play into this game. This deliberate design choice to end after 1 year instead of going infinite like other farming sims is all about delivering a complete, satisfying narrative experience. Perfect Garbage wants you to see your story through to its conclusion, whether that is positive or negative, and they encourage you to play it again to experience an entirely different story, different killer, and different outcome. A few additional details and release info: there is confirmed character and pronoun customization. You can either play as the MC shown in the trailer or create your own. The game has been in development since July 2023 and is coming out on PC, Switch, Xbox, and PS5. If you made it to this part in the video, it's time for a nerd rant. In college, I studied writing, and one of my biggest fixations was understanding the rules of writing so I could better understand how to break them to create new perceptions and meaning. I've been a huge fan of farm sims and horror movies for about 20 years now, So the vision and passion's perfect garbage resonates with me so much. But here's the thing, I love horror movies, but when it comes to horror games, I am not as strong as I'd like to be. But my biggest hope, especially in terms of genre crossover, is that Grave Seasons can serve as a bridge for cozy players who also want to try horror, where it's like, okay, it's pixel, it's cute, you can date girls, guys, gays, and theys, and for horror gamers who want to explore hot single potential killers in your area, you know, you can get that cozy vibe too. But when it comes down to it, I'm all about narrative-driven experiences and games with seriously addicting gameplay loops, which is why I cannot wait for this game. But also take all the time you need to cook because obviously these deliverables are going to be hot. If you also like these things, you have come to the right place, my friend. I am also really looking forward to my time at Evershine, which is releasing in 2026 as well, and I have a full deep dive on that here. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.